feel bad when I let us all found dead right before his own birthday party.
How come they let all the other guests go home?
They asked me to stay. Did they ask you to stay?
It's not fair. It's preposterous.
What is the meaning of this?
Have you ever walked into a spider web? In an old house like this, you can walk straight into a vast intricate web without even knowing it, until it's too late. But what happens when the prey turns into a predator? Who is going to get eaten alive? Maybe it's you, because this web is made up of your own lies and secrets. I'm Casey Neptune, and I'm going to untangle this spider web strand by strand, because that's what I do.
Sonny, what do you do?
I think he's a spider exterminator.
Well, the spider problem around the old mansion has been pretty bad lately.
But the owner of the place has just died. This is completely inappropriate.
It's appropriate if you die from being murdered, because I am an exterminator of crime. Casey Neptune, private eye.
Wait, did you just say he was murdered?
Oh, perhaps I should have led with that. Eccentric billionaire Jealousy Arlington was found dead today, just before his 75th birthday was to begin. All of you guests are suspects, and I'm an extremely famous detective. I'll answer all your questions, don't worry. I first made a name for myself solving the case of the J binoculars.
I don't even know what that is.
I don't want to go to jail.
I didn't kill him. I, Detective Casey Neptune, will be the judge of that. Let's return to the beginning. I was called in a few hours ago when Jay Leslie was found dead in his study, moments before his party was to begin. I was then let in by Warwick, Arlington's trusty butler.
How do you know she's trusty? Why isn't she a suspect?
Haven't you ever heard the butler did it?
And I always thought it so strange that world was so interesting for a butler.
Warwick has an alibi for the time in question.
I would refer you to the nearby karaoke palette where several admirers recorded my rather saucy performance of Midnight Train to Georgia that evening.
Okay, I guess.
Do you wish to see the video? We could all watch it together.
That won't be necessary, Warwick. Thank you.
I have backing tracks in the car. I could sing it again now for proof. Leave them wanting more, Warwick.
The point, however, is that Warwick has provided an airtight alibi at the time of the murder, and none of you have done the same. According to the police files, everyone invited to the party provided an alibi, except the people remaining in this room. Does anybody have anything they want to say now about where they were earlier today? Any alibis? No? Well, it's all for the best. I'd be a little disappointed if someone just confessed right away. Let's introduce ourselves, shall we? Warwick, my files. Clyde Bartlett, the elusive groundskeeper.
I'm not elusive. I'm a regular groundskeeper.
Yet, you say it so elusive.
No, I didn't. I'm extremely normal and humble, and that's definitely my real identity.
Oh, that's the stuff. I love it. You're my favorite.
No, I'm not. I have nothing to say, and no secrets, and no alibi.
Clyde, you're the best. I can't wait to get to the whole bottom of your deal. But to be fair, let's keep going. Deina Arlington, sister of the late Mr. J. Leslie.
And winner of Best Supporting Actress in a Community Theater Production 2013. And not a murderer.
But yet, you still wish to remain silent about your alibi.
Unfortunately, I shall have to take a rain check at this time.
Perhaps I could convince you to cash it in later.
I look forward to it, Detective.
Quinn, J. Leslie was your great uncle.
The one time I don't avoid this whole side of the family, I end up a suspect for murder.
So why be close now?
I got greedy. I thought to myself, Quinn, what if you put on a nice outfit and hung around other adults while eating fancy appetizers on a tray for a change? Hubris. Detective, I crime with hubris.
But what about murder? Will you provide an alibi?
I'd really rather not say.
Then perhaps you branch out from hubris to something a little more sinister. Titus Arlington, Texas, great-grandnephew of Jailers Arlington.
I just want to say that I am really excited to be here, and I want to help however I can because I'm an aspiring private eye myself.
Whoa, kid. I don't know how to do things in the 6th grade or whatever.
I'm in high school.
But no little upstart stealing my case in the glory that comes with it. Did you solve the case of the haunted stapler? Did you? Did you? Huh? Huh?
No.
And who was it? Oh yeah, Detective Casey Neptune. And who the heck are you?
I'm just gonna let you know now. I would rather not say my alibi.
Good. Great. Let's keep going. Sparky Randall, lawyer of the Sargent's Corporation. I bet there are some fun little skeletons in that closet that a lawyer might know about.
That's nice, but speaking of lawyers, I want one.
Now the fun little thing about that is you're not technically arrested, so I don't technically have to let you.
Fantastic, then I'm gonna go ahead and, leave. So nice to meet you all.
And if you were to do that, what headline about yourself would you place in the headlines tomorrow?
Probably something like, sketchy lawyer refuses to cooperate with investigation. Looks really guilty.
Yep, of course, unless you provide an alibi.
At this time, I'm going to retain my right not to give you one.
That's what I figured. Frank, let's see. You're the head chef at Darlington Mansion.
It is pronounced Frank.
It says here that you're from New Jersey. But okay. You were here all day preparing food for the party, were you not?
I will not. I mean, I was not. You twist my words.
Then let me ask this as plainly as I can. Do you have an alibi?
Not one that I am particularly comfortable sharing at this time.
Then perhaps you don't need any help with the word twisting, my friend. Professor Vivian Strict, prominent critic of Mr. Arlington's reality TV show.
I never wanted him dead. My whole career is turning on how terrible he is. Now what will I do for material?
Why were you even invited to this party?
I'm covering it as a reporter for the Journalistic Review. So our readers can make fun of all the rich weirdos in the comments.
Hey,
And you cannot provide an alibi where you were earlier today?
Not exactly.
I think it was still 2 stars at most.
I have something to say. I'm Edmund Reinhorn III, also an eccentric billionaire, and I'm J. Leslie Arlington's greatest nemesis.
And yet, he invited you to his birthday.
They say to keep your friends close and your enemies even closer. I can't tell you how many times I wish them dead. I'm honestly so happy right now.
Whew, we'll come back to that.
So it all started when...
All in good time.
Oh, well, if you say so.
Wow. So nobody out of this entire rogues gallery is willing to give an alibi to clear their name? No? Well, more fun for me. Let's go around again.
May I make a suggestion, Detective? Perhaps we could question each of Mr. Arlington's guests in private. Some may be happy to tell the truth if they may do so discreetly.
You know, it's not a bad idea, Warwick.
Thank you very much, Detective. Discretion is the key to butlery.
Did you learn that during your discreet karaoke?
I must let loose sometimes, must I not?
Warwick, show everyone a place where they can sit down and look at each other suspiciously as the tension arises.
It would be my pleasure.
Let's see, Warwick. Who do we start with?
Perhaps we could begin with Clyde. I know him from our work together at the mansion.
Yes, bring him in. Ah, the elusive Clyde Bartlett. Or should I say Victor the Goose Trimbleton? Or should I say Quickfingers Rockefeller? Or should I say Bob? Oh wait, that one doesn't have a last name.
I kind of ran out of steam on aliases after a while.
You have a secret identity? How could you? We were friendly work acquaintances.
I'm sorry, Warwick. I never meant to hurt you.
All those times I asked you about your weekend, and you said, fine. You could have been telling me your fascinating work secrets.
I was trying to seem extra boring so you wouldn't notice I'm one of the most wanted professional thieves in the world.
We could have had small talk, and you threw that all away. You disgust me.
Well, I, Detective Casey Neptune, just use psychology to force you to admit that you're a thief.
No, it feels good to get it off my chest, actually.
Don't feel bad. You're the best in your business, and I'm the best in mine.
But, pardon me, why would he kill J. Leslie Arnold?
No, I didn't. I work clean. A lot of hand sanitizer and no murders. That's my motto.
So, would you have an alibi for today?
I would rather not say.
Well, I suppose you wouldn't mind having your sterling reputation tarnished by murder.
Oh, jeez. Okay, maybe murder will be better for a reputation than this, but I'll tell you how it all started.
Stop! You're late.
I barely made a sound. How did you?
The wind.
The what?
I've been sitting here for 30 minutes. My ears have become accustomed to the southwesterly breeze through the trees behind me. Your presence disrupted the wind through the trees.
You could really hear all of that.
Yes. Also, you have a box of M&Ms in your pocket. I can hear them from a mile away.
You're not so smart after all. They're not M&Ms. They're Reese's Pieces. So, who's the smart one now?
We have to go.
Did you bring everything?
Yes.
Roll.
Yes.
Night vision goggles.
Yes.
Wire cutters.
I got it. I got it all. It's all here. It's always all here. Because I am a professional. Because I am always prepared. Because I am never late. Because when you are stealing from one of the richest men in the world, you have to be perfect.
Okay, I get it, and I appreciate it.
Good. So can we go now?
Yes, of course, and to be clear, we are not late.
We said we went exactly.
I know what we said, but last night I figured out a way to route the security system from the main building to the guest quarters. The system will still be operational, but for the wrong building, which saves us the 20 minutes it would have taken me to disable the system completely. So actually, we're right on time.
You really are brilliant.
Thank you. I'll take my candy now.
You just ate candy.
Don't start. You know my brilliance comes with a price. I cannot pull off a job of this scale without my precious sweets coursing through my veins. The remnants of some breakfast Reese's smoking me through one of the most complicated jobs we have ever pulled off.
Fine. Here.
What's this?
Your precious sweets.
You're joking, right?
Just eat the candy or don't, but we got to go.
These are they're good and plenties.
So?
Good and plenties are not precious sweets. They're the candy of the damned, the jellies of the joyless.
What are you on about?
If Jack the Ripper, right, had a sweet tooth, he'd eat good and plenties. If Mussolini needed a sugar kick, he'd eat good and plenties. People who talk in movie theaters, people who try to stuff oversized luggage in the overhead bin, people who hate reply all, people who try to stuff oversized luggage in the overhead bin, again, once I told them not to. People who try to sneak in more items at the express checkout. People who don't wipe down their cupping at the gym. People who take selfies on a crowded sidewalk. People who text while walking. People who cut in line. All of them have one thing in common. They like good and plenties.
So I take it you do not like good and plenties.
No, Bonnie. I do not.
It's all they had.
What do you mean, it's all they had? What kind of terrible store would only have good and plenties?
It was just a store. They were going out of business or something. It was kind of picked over. It was either these or Werther's Originals.
You had the choice between the worst candy in the world and creamy, delicious Werther's Originals. And you chose these.
Just eat the candy or don't.
I will not. I have to find a store.
We don't have time for that.
You're right. Do you have anything else? Breath mints. Oh my gosh. I can't do this. We'll have to do it another night.
You know that's not possible. They're going to move the jewels to his vault any day now. Everything is planned for tonight.
So what do we do? Oh.
Hey, what about?
You don't mean...
I'll distract the mother. You get the candy.
But it's already eating it.
It's still candy, isn't it?
What if the kid cries?
Give him something to distract him.
Like what?
Like anything? A button, a coin, a buck. Everything is new to a kid that age.
I don't know how I feel about taking candy from a baby.
It is this or nothing.
Fine, let's do it.
I can't believe I'm doing this.
It was your idea.
It's your stupid candy obsession.
Don't question my methods. I didn't get to be one of the world's greatest thieves by not eating candy.
No, you gotta be the world's greatest thief because of me.
Go, I'll sneak it from behind.
Hello, ma'am. I was wondering if there was something you could help me out with. You see, I'm visiting my great aunt Gladys, and her apartment is a bit dank, so I came outside for some fresh air, you know? And I found myself quite hungry. But there is a few dietary restrictions we need to consider. Like, gluten. I can't have any gluten. Or no tomatoes. Can't have any tomatoes or I'll break out into hives. And, shellfish. I can't have any shellfish, or even shellless fish. Basically, nothing from the sea, except for seaweed and sushi. But I tried vegetarian sushi once, and I didn't like it much. And, no sugar, because sugar is basically like eating death. And no high fructose or even low fructose corn syrup. And as far as meat goes, I very much do enjoy meat, but it has to be meat raised or spawned to within 25 miles of here. And so, if you have any recommendations, I would very much appreciate it.
Give me that sweet, precious candy!
Give me that sweet, precious recommendation!
I need it, or I won't be able to steal the jewels!
I need it, or I won't be able to steal the way back to my Aunt Gladys's.
Give me that!
Oh, what does it matter? You're not paying attention anyway.
Don't go too far. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't see you there. I was so focused on my phone, I'm sorry.
It's quite all right.
I was finishing up a research paper about the negative effects of candy on today's society. My husband, when he was still alive, started this groundbreaking discovery, and I just get wrapped up in finishing his legacy.
It's quite all right.
I'm here with my son. We're about to go get a bite to eat. Would you like to join us?
I would love to.
Come along, Cornelius! Oh, that's not actually candy. It's a specially formulated nutritional supplement that I developed. I just sold the recipe for millions. So I guess I'm rich. Shall we?
Oh, wait, Bonnie, where are you going? Stay Stay away from me, kid. Oh, hey, those are life.
Come on, what were your friends?
So you see, I couldn't have committed the murder.
Because you're busy attempting theft of a confection from a minor.
It's the attempted part that's really embarrassing. Please don't tell anyone I was bested by a child.
The youth did seem to wipe the floor, as you said.
If word gets out that I couldn't pull it off, it would be curtains for my reputation.
Clyde, your candy situation is getting out of control. First, you hit rock bottom, and then you grabbed a jackhammer and kept going. But a fact remains, you couldn't have killed you that day, Arlington.
How about this? You promised not to tell anyone what I told you about my situation now. I'll give you some information about what Arlington was up to in his last days of life.
I'll bite. I'm a loose cannon who doesn't like to play by their rules.
I also agree, since I feel slightly sorry for you.
So, the day before the party, Arlington told me he was on my false identity. He knows the criminal underworld backwards and forwards. Heck, most of it works for him. He must have figured out I was casing the joint. I was ready to make a run for it, but then he stopped me. He saw me and he invited me to join the Arlington Crime Syndicate, or as he called it, the family.
Wait. Back up. There's an Arlington crime family?
And I wasn't invited!
He said he was starting one up, beginning at his birthday party tonight. I thought he would just be doing normal shady billionaire crimes with hedge funds and lobbyists, but I guess he was branching out and he was recruiting.
And what did you say?
I said I'd think about it. So look, detective, now you have the whole story.
Really, we could have been having so much better small talk.
How about this, Warwick? I'll take you out to lunch next week if I'm not in jail.
The deal.
Thank you, Clyde. It's been rather illuminating. Who's next, Warwick? I'm intrigued by Quinn. She seems normal. Suspiciously normal.
Well, Miss Davina Arlington has been rather hovering around the doorway out there.
I am simply not hovering. I am preparing for my entrance.
Well, here's your cue to come sit down.
All right, Copper. I'm a dame with nothing to lose, and that's just what I'm gonna give you. Nothing. 6 ways to Sunday.
I'm sorry. What?
I auditioned for Law and Order once in my youth. It seemed like just the sort of thing for the occasion.
Was it an episode of Law and Order from the 1940s?
Now, Warwick, I'm going to ask the lady her age.
Now, I'm not looking for your whole life story. I just want to know where you were earlier today.
I was on stage, detective.
Well, that's a good alibi. What theater?
All the world's a stage to me.
That's less good.
Now, madam, I know from your many, many years of community feedback that you must have quite a story to tell.
Oh, I simply couldn't. Me? A fascinating spin story.
When you regale me with your fascinating plot of your unauthorized one-woman prequel to Starlight Express.
Starlight Local. Now that started with something Sir Lloyd Webber once said to me on the Riviera.
Precisely that story. I hardly noticed that 3.5 hours had passed.
Oh, shall I do it for Detective Neptune?
No! I mean, I am unfortunately very busy solving a murder case, so...
I was thinking that you could tell us the story of your alibi, unlike you don't think Detective Neptune and myself would be hanging every word.
I could hold the two of you spellbound without so much as breaking a sweat.
I would be so grateful if you showed us.
All right then. So it begins. With revenge. This is it. This door.
How do you know?
An artist's intuition.
You got lost in the drive here, Mom.
That was the GPS. Not my intuition.
Locked. Mom?
Breeze.
Eleanor, shake a leg, you putz.
You're not the boss of me.
You said no one was home.
I said I thought no one was home. How am I to know the comings and goings of your uncle's servants, Patricia? That almost sounded like Estelle, but surely she's retired by now.
Estelle?
She's been cleaning this house since J. Leslie and I were in diapers. And that old man always had eyes in the back of her head. Did I ever tell you?
Let's get this over with. We'll do story time later. The stupid pin isn't working.
Try. Try this.
You want to pick a lock or write a letter to Harry Potter?
You know, soon enough you'll go off to college and think back fondly on our misadventures.
No more mother-daughter felonies.
You know, you'll miss them when I'm dead and gone. Let me try that, dear heart. Come on. Achoo! Oh, God. This is quite the pickle.
Can you please hurry? I'm gonna bomb my midterm tomorrow if I don't study.
Study? Midterm? Your uncle just bulldozed our home, and you're worried about pre-calculus?
The Arlington Community Theater is not our home.
Balderdash! Shh! Balderdash. The stage is my home, Patricia. The Arlington Community Players, my family.
I'm your family, and I'm telling you, focus.
My great-grandmother built that theater with her bare hands, and J. Leslie thinks that he could just blow it to pieces. And right before we opened Becoming Juliet, it's a grave injustice. And I, for one, Eureka! Now we find Rose Bloom,
What is that again?
my brother's most prized possession. A sentimental reminder of his lost youth. A time when greed had calcified his heart. It's an antique. It's an heirloom.
It's a sled? Mom, come on! What's the point of stealing a sled?
The point is revenge.
What do we do?
Run, Patricia, run!
Stop there, Deina.
Who are you?
Who am I? Who am I?
Yeah. Who are you?
I'm J. Leslie's most valued and trusted intern.
Most valued intern?
Better an intern than a thief, Patricia.
It's Patricia.
How do you know our names?
J. Leslie Arlington warned us about you guys during intern orientation.
Listen, my boy. I don't care what you were talking about. Intern orientation. But that man just bulldozed the most important cultural institution in this town.
That junkie theater? Did anyone even go there?
I'll have you know, our production of Nonsense 2 Baroque box office records. How dare you?
Do we know why he bulldozed it?
He never appreciated arts. You know that. He said he didn't get my bold reimagining of the misunderstood masterpiece, Cats.
Mom, nobody understood that. You released feral street cats into the audience during curtain call.
That's called art, dear heart. It's not art if nobody's taking a risk.
Of catching rabies?
Who are you calling?
Literally the police.
Jared, honey, no.
Please don't do that. Jared, are those J. Leslie Arlington's teeth?
Mind your business. Thanks.
Listen, we know you're just doing your job, but you see, J. Leslie is our family, and I'm sure you understand how complicated family can get.
Stalking and breaking into a billionaire's house is pretty cut and dry.
Stalking? That man is my brother, and I know him better than you ever could. When J. Leslie was just 8 years old, our parents bought us that sled for Christmas, the both of us to share. All day I trug him up the hill only to watch him sled down on his own. Tiny second-grade fists pumping in the winter air. Finally, I begged him to just let me have a turn. J. Leslie said, "Sure, Deina." Just as I stepped onto Roseboom, he kicked the sled out from underneath me, and I plummeted to the ground, cutting my lip in the process. There is still a scar, Sharon. That's why I never got to work as a screen actress. It was too unsightly for close-ups. My scar went. I had a face for the stage.
Okay.
Davina, that's not true. Jared, hang up the phone. I'll take it from here. Jared, what have I told you about the housemaster's teeth? This is the 3rd time this month.
You're brushing his teeth by choice? Ew, Jared!
My promotion is just around the corner. I can feel it.
Honey, I've been an intern since 1959.
Are you kidding me?
J. Leslie doesn't do promotions. Now please, give Davina and me a moment to catch up. Here, take this.
What is this for?
A key to J. Leslie's teeth closet. 6th floor, row after row of dentures. Go nuts.
I literally went to the SAR, Estelle.
That's nice, dear.
Estelle, is that you? I haven't seen you
Since you were a teenager, I suppose, when you left Arlington Manor and did that program. What was it again?
I left for Poughkeepsie Plains. They hired me to portray the title role in The Wind and the Willows.
Were you the wind or the willows?
Exactly.
Is this Patricia?
It's Patricia. Estelle, what do you mean my Rosebloom story isn't true?
Well, that did happen, but J. Leslie didn't push you downhill. You pushed him.
What do you mean? What are these teeth marks in the corner?
Those are his. You got so fed up that you wouldn't share that you gave him a big shove. Frankly, he had it coming.
Then what's this scar?
You tripped on your shoelace moments later and split your lip on your feather quilt. Davina, I know growing up with J. Leslie wasn't easy. He was stingy and rude and took things that weren't his all the time, just like he took your theater. But that day, in the snow, you finally pushed him down the hill.
Why? You're telling me that these hands, my hands, the hands of an artist, pushed my own brother down Mount Crumpus?
Yes, Davina.
I don't believe it. I won't believe it. How dare you tell me that my childhood trauma isn't real?
Listen, I'd love to rehash, but I gotta go. Poor Kathleen and Tanya have been cooped up in the house all day.
Who's Kathleen and Tanya?
They're my pet pigs. Bought them at the state fair. Look at them. Oh, Tanya, what a ham. Yeah. Listen, Davina, it was great to see you. I trust you see yourself out.
Not without this sled, I won't.
If that's what you need, take it, Deina. Goodness knows your brother can afford a new sled. Just make sure you're not holding on to something that belongs in the past. Hey, Chuck.
Tanya, what? Oh my, I'll be right there.
Patricia, have I remembered this all wrong? How could I throw you into harm's way for something so foolish?
To be fair, you threw me into harm's way for what? Remember that time?
Shall we not?
Never mind.
Am I the villain in my own story?
Mom, it doesn't matter. The sled, the fight with your brother, all of it. You're just overwhelmed. The Arlington Community Theater meant a lot to you.
Indeed it did.
But the theater wasn't really that crummy old building. The theater was you, your ideas, your thoughts, your performances. Your brother can't take that away from you.
Patricia, when did you get so clever?
During my years of mother-daughter felonies.
Come on, Ruth, let's get home so you can study. I heard she might fall on that midterm.
Mom.
So you see, Detective, I could not reveal my crime without...
Him, breaking and entering.
That, but more to the point, it was not murdering my poor brother, J. Leslie Arlington.
My only comment is that I found the butler character fascinating and charismatic and good-looking.
Okay.
But Detective, I could not reveal my crime without thus also incriminating my darling Patricia. And I hear the lighting is terrible in prison.
I can't stop thinking about that butler. My word, do I love theatre? Am I now a theatre lover? Do I have to buy one of those shirts with the Phantom of the Opera mask on it?
Warwick, please don't. Davina, I think we can keep this a secret between us.
Like an actor's secret.
Or a regular secret. That is if you tell me anything your brother's last spoke to you about in the days leading up to the murders.
I'm only too happy to disclose. For when I begged him with great gnashing of teeth and rending of garments not to close the theater where I built my life, said that I ought not to waste my time on the realm of the imagined.
Abandon the magic of theatre.
And that instead I should think about joining the family. And I said, I'm your sister, and was already a member of the family, you fool. He clarified that he meant his crime family. He refused to speak more to me about my theater after that.
Thank you, Miss Arlington. Your secret's safe with us.
Let me know where your next season is taking place, and I'll buy a season subscription.
You may take a bow, Miss Arlington, but don't go far. All right, Warwick. Who's next? I'd like to see Quinn.
Still waters often run deep, Detective. Quinn, the grandniece of the late Mr. Arlington.
So, here we are.
Yup, we are here.
So they say. So they say. Or do they?
Were you going to ask her about her alibi, or...
Come on, Warwick, I'm doing a tactic.
It was working. I'm very scared.
What was your relationship with your great uncle?
We weren't close. I mean, the first time I talked to him, he asked me what my daughter wanted for Christmas, and I said I didn't know. So he said, A wire congressman. Everyone wants one of those.
And that made you uncomfortable.
I mean, first of all, where would I even put him? And, I mean, Uncle Leslie, he just seemed a little, evil. That seems bad to say now he's dead and all, but I suppose in a way he sort of was, but I'm no angel either.
Well, wouldn't you like to get it over with and tell us your dark secret?
Well, what I've done, it's upsetting.
More upsetting than murder?
Some might say it is murder. Promised my daughter an amazing Star Wars birthday party with lightsabers and blue milk, and most of all, a Chewbacca. A real 7-foot hairy Chewbacca. So, how's it possible one's not coming in? And there's no way to get a replacement or...
Siri! Show me the TV time for the next Dodgers game in my time zone! And also, where are my socks? The nice ones! Not the sweat socks everyone wants me to wear!
Dad, you can't just ramble at Siri nonstop. You have to ask it a succinct question.
I know how to ask questions. She's the problem, not me. Told me this thing was smart. Ah!
I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to call you back. Dad, no. Stop. What's that in your hand?
I don't know. I found it on the kitchen table.
Uh-huh. Are you sure that isn't ice cream?
No! I don't know what it is. Honestly, I think it just squeaked at me.
Dad, I'm so tired of this. I know you're in Peyton's little game. Every time he sneaks you ice cream, he sneaks it in a brown paper bag, just like that one.
Hey, loves me, you're mean.
No! I'm trying to keep you alive. Your last checkup, well, it was terrible. So put the ice cream back in the freezer now.
Siri! Find me a lawyer! I'd like to sue my daughter and have her put in jail!
First, get your insulin levels down, and then we can talk about suing me. And then, when the stormtrooper was here, stop right there! She did not stop!
I know, honey. I was there, remember? We both saw the movie.
Yeah, remember?
I do. I really do. But, honey, you should go upstairs and get dressed because in less than 30 minutes...
I'm having a Star Wars birthday party! And I'm gonna eat cake, and I'm finally gonna get a hamster! You probably still get my hamster.
Honey, no Jedi choking your parents. We talked about it. It is not funny. I mean, it's kind of funny. Ow! Okay, I'll tell her not to do it again. Wait, I did. Why'd you hit me?
What's that in your hand?
Ice cream?
Why?
Your dad texted me along with a bunch of other stuff in this really long, confusing text message that I think was meant for Siri. Does he not know how to use his phone?
He can't have these! So stop sneaking them into the house. I just caught him trying to take one downstairs, one that I assume you brought for him.
Oh, this is the first one I bought from him today.
But then how do you already have one? In his hands, that he got from the kitchen. Just help me, please. Today's gonna be so stressful and I've already screwed it up.
Quinn, I swear this is the only ice cream sandwich I bought for him today. And what did it do to that couch?
Chewbacca's not coming. The stupid party entertainers I hired, they said he's not coming.
Oh, well...
We promised her. Peyton, she cleaned her room, did her homework, and took out the trash for 6 months. And we told her that if she did that, we'd throw her the best Star Wars birthday party ever. And now there's no Chewbacca, so just help me, please. And don't you dare tell me I'm being overdramatic right now. This is really really important to her.
Look, I just sat through 2.5 hours of the latest Star Wars movie just to confirm that yes, Star Wars is important to her. But as much as she wanted this party, I think she wants something even more.
The hamster.
The hamster.
And you got it?
Of course I got it. I smuggled it into the house in a little brown paper bag and set it on the kitchen table. I texted you to hide it, didn't you?
Okay, I'm ready. Just go get it. I'll tell Rose about everything and you just go get it. Rose, honey, come sit down. I need to tell you something.
Never! You rebels go to
No. We've talked about this. You're Rey. You can't be Palpatine. He's evil.
You say evil. I say couple.
Stop. Please, it's disturbing, so just come sit down. I need to tell you something.
I'm the thing we talked about, it's not here.
What do you mean it's not here? You said it was on the kitchen table.
Yeah, but now it's not here.
Why can't you ever find anything? I'll go get it. You tell Rose about everything and I'll just go get it.
Right. Okay. Honey, you know how sometimes you really want something, but then things don't go the way you hope, so you just kind of have to be okay with what life gives you?
Are you getting it more?
No, why would you say that?
Always, you magnificent animal. Do you need a character witness for your trial?
They can't have a trial because it's double indemnity.
No, it isn't! But maybe I can keep it under wraps. If you tell him anything Jersey Arlington said to you in the days leading up to his death.
Well, we did have a strange conversation with him one night when he came to the kitchen for a midnight snack. I was still there getting breakfast ready for the next morning. He said to me, "Frank, you're hiding something." I said, "Ha, surely not muffins and silver under my hat. That would be wrong." He said, "What?" I said, "No."
I feel like I'm watching tennis here.
But then, he said, if I were to cook up something of my own, a criminal organization, for example, I believe you could be a key ingredient. I said, "I don't understand you. I am French." He said, "Sure you are, Frank. Sure you are. Keep those knives sharp." It is very strange.
Thank you, Frank. You may go join the others. I have a feeling it won't be long before things boil over.
Professor Vivian Strict, scholar and prominent anti-Arlington critic. Thank you. Talk to the fans.
Now to business. Each one of you arrived here tonight for Jealousy Arlington's birthday party and were informed your was been murdered. Each one of you refused to give an alibi for your whereabouts before the party until I, Detective Casey Neptune, unraveled each one of those lies, as each of your alibis was itself a crime.
Hey, I thought you said we weren't gonna talk about that.
Oh, right, yes. So, it turns out each of you are criminals in your own way.
Now, come on, you said you keep quiet in exchange for information.
Right, but I have to go over everything everyone said in the monologue. It's how I solve cases. It's an important part of the process.
Can we hurry this up? I want to go home. I won't tell anyone your alibi. You won't tell anyone mine.
Come on, let's get out of here.
I'm sorry. I really didn't think this through, huh?
May I make a suggestion? Everyone raise your hand if you swear the next 10 minutes to secrecy.
Great. Let's get cracking and we'll be out of here before long. So, here's what we got. Clyde, the elusive groundskeeper. earlier today attempted to literally steal candy from an actual baby.
I know how it sounds, but the minor in question was extremely tricky.
And he didn't want the lack of success to hurt his reputation as a professional thief.
I guess I need to think of another alias. Thanks.
Deina, the late Mr. Arlington's sister and grand dame of the theater, spent her day breaking and entering with the intent to steal her brother's symbolic sled.
I had a very compelling emotional motivation.
But she didn't fancy the unflattering lighting of the justice system for her or her daughter Patricia.
It's Patricia!
Quinn, the great-grandniece of Mr. Arlington, was accessory to the death of an unfortunate hamster.
Hamster slaughter, I believe we said.
Thank you. And she feared the judgment from other parents.
You don't know how judgmental those guys can be.
Titus Arlington, Texas, Mr. Arlington's great-grandnephew.
And rising young star detective.
A young detective with an exquisite taste in heroes wanted to hide his purchase of a school paper from a paper mill.
I'm cruising for justice now, I swear. Just please don't tell my parents.
Sparky Randall, Mr. Arlington's lawyer.
I don't know what you're talking about. Who's this? I've never seen you in my life.
We already have all your evidence.
Oh, yeah. Keep going.
Sparky tried to take out a pair of environmental activists with badger poison, only to find her Achilles heel turned against her. Lactose.
I'm thinking about suing cows in general. All cows.
Throne, the head chef here at the Arlington Mansion, wanted to settle a score by selling stolen diamonds.
You know how many diamonds a snack has? You would just sprinkle these on his popcorn.
When his fish smuggling scheme was turned against him, he fell for it. Hook, line, and sinker.
On the right side, I have some fresh haddock prepared for tomorrow.
Professor Vivian, one of Arlington's harshest critics, kidnapped her neighbor to conceal her passion for his reality TV show.
It was the season finale. Everyone was going to be talking about it.
And if any of you spoil it for me, I swear!
I am not a monster.
And finally, Emmy Ridinghorn III, Mr. Arlington's self-proclaimed nemesis and would-be murderer.
I can still confess, if that option's on the table.
But when his plans were derailed by an embarrassing mole on his neck that everyone was so obsessed with, he never got there to commit the crime at all.
I really would have done it, for the record.
So, all that remains is me.
But why?
Oh, I don't know, but it's gotta be me, right?
You mean you don't remember committing the murder?
Well, no, but there's ways to go around that. Could I have some Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde alter ego situation, maybe?
Okay, now you're just guessing.
Ooh, evil twin. Could I have an evil twin? Or Warwick, do you have an evil twin?
There might be one other explanation.
Great Scott!
I was never dead.
Leslie!
Happy birthday to me.
But it's impossible.
You told us he was dead when we arrived.
I received a phone call. Get down here, Jelly Arlington's dead in his study.
That was me doing an accent.
You didn't go in there to check the body? You didn't look for clues, check the pulse, anything.
Okay, so the first thing you guys need to know about me is dead bodies are gross. I'm more of a kid insights kind of detective. Gather everyone up in the drawing room kind of detective.
I'm a detective I needed for my plan. For you to give all of their secrets and deepest, darkest thoughts, and for you to finally give me what I wanted all up for my birthday.
And what would that be?
I need you. A beautiful sweater.
For you to help me create the most powerful syndicate, the Arlington crime family.
Yes!
Or I could spill your secrets.
But keeping an open mind is important.
There is certainly a discussion to be had.
Never. Huh?
But I said everyone raise your hand if you swear that it's 10 minutes to secrecy.
And I did not raise my hand.
All right, that's fair.
But why? Why start a crime family?
None of my family wanted to spend time with me.
We literally all just tried to come to your birthday party. Tonight!
Yeah, and
You faked your own death.
What did you want to do? Play board games? I mean, do crimes as a family. I asked you guys each individually if you'd like to join me, and you all declined. If you're as strict as I am, you don't wait around.
I like board games. And what about me? To be honest, I'm feeling a little left out.
But Warwick, you and me.
I was.
Yes, you were so involved in everything around me, I had to make sure you had an airtight alibi.
The 2-for-1 special at the karaoke place.
Yeah, that was me. I printed it specifically for you.
Really? For me?
Yes, you always record yourself at the karaoke place and show everyone. And I knew with that, you'd be the #1 helper for the detective and deliver all the secrets right to me.
I did.
Just now, Warwick. Remember, you are important to all our crimes. So if you ever go to the feds, I'm coming after you.
It's a true honor. Thank you, sir.
But what about me? Me, Detective Casey Neptune.
I think it's about time my family had some bonding time. The hedge mazes that way will give you a sporting to start at 10 seconds. Warwick, grab the arrows.
Oi, what?
He always wants to make the most dangerous game.
Are you serious?
Come on, you guys, let's have some family bonding time.
You might wish to start running, Detective.
I don't know how I
Ready or not.
If the detective makes it out, so do all your secrets.
Hold on a second.
2,
Why are you all looking at me like that?
3,
This is like the case of the Clockwork Pelicans all over again.
4.
This isn't the last we see of Detective Casey Neptune.
You sure hope it is. 5, 6. What are you waiting for? Go after him.